following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Happy Farmin, Fri-YAY to you. I hope that you're doing well. It is a big weekend. It is a long weekend. It is a celebration of America's birthday. And we've got Miss Abby Anderson as our musical guest this show. She did a beautiful, very unique version of the Star Spangled Banner, and we'll be sharing that a little bit later. Abby Anderson, fantastic artist. She is often a guest at Backstage Nashville. I think you're going to really like her. Cute as a button. In Huntington, Tennessee, Shooting Hunger West was last weekend, and it was just a powerful time where people got together to stop hunger in our state. And our friend Sally, who handles the Robertson County area and sells for us there, Sally was part of that, and Farm Credit Mid-America. They all went up there and they sent me some wonderful footage. And I found out a little bit more about Shooting Hunger. There are 3 Shooting Hunger events in Tennessee, and we have one coming up in Middle Tennessee in September. Here are all the details and what Shooting Hunger actually looks like. Recently, in Huntington, Tennessee, Shooting Hunger West Tennessee, with shooting clays and shooters from all over the state, joined in to help food insecure people across our state. Did you know that 1 in 4 children goes to bed hungry every night in Tennessee? That is a travesty, and that's why our friends at Farm Credit Mid-America, Rural First, Farm Bureau, and Tennessee Farmers Co-op are having Shooting Hunger events to raise money and awareness for hunger and getting the rural community involved and doing a really fun event. Over 2 million meals have been purchased over the course of Shooting Hunger events, and they continue today. September 15th is the next Shooting Hunger event in Middle Tennessee. ShootingHunger.com for more information. If you would like to be a part of this event, ShootingHunger.com is where you can also become a sponsor. And there is no losing when it comes to Shooting Hunger. And where everybody in the state benefits, every organization that they can help, they do. They send monies to every single county, raising money to stop hunger in each county. And I love it because the money stays right here at home. It's really, really cool. So if you have an organization that does anything with shooting clays, or maybe you just are against hunger, maybe you're a corporate event, ShootingHunger.com is a great place to put your money and your sponsorship dollars for a good cause. Hey, let's head to Murfreesboro. Let's head to a historic area where farming is being taught to children, but not the new way of farming, the old way. Where does our food come from? Do kids actually know? They do at historic Cannonsboro.
we did today was invite children over to Canonsburg to learn a little bit more about how the vegetables get on their plate, where they come from, how they grow in the garden, how they have to be prepared, how they're cooked, how that might have happened 100, 150 years ago. And we can go to the grocery store now and buy vegetables all prepared, ready to go, ready to pop in the microwave. Today what we did was we took green beans and we broke beans. We sat on the floor and we broke the ends off the beans and then snapped them into small bite-sized pieces and talked a little bit about how they would be cooked. We broke English peas. We broke the pea pod open, and they all learned today, much to their surprise and amazement, that you can actually just eat those peas fresh out. You don't have to cook them. They're real sweet. They're very good. So I don't think any of the kids today had ever taken peas out of the shell before. And then we also shucked corn. Maybe one of them had already shucked corn, but just learning how to peel the husks off. We learned why the corn silk was there, and how that's necessary in order for corn to pollinate and form the kernels. Learned you can break that corn in half and break it into more of an individual serving, and talked about you can eat corn raw as well. Pollen did not go down the corn silk that was attached to the back. So we twist it off, pop it off. Wait, I want to hold on. I do not put that on. Ribs are delicious. Ribs are made out of corn, but it is sweet. Taste the sugar in the candy. All of these were young elementary age kids, and I know most of the schools have gardens or greenhouses, and they're learning a little bit more about how their food is, where it actually comes from, from farm to when it's actually on their school lunch tray, how it's prepared. We talked a little bit about the nutritional value of some of it. It doesn't just come from the store, and some of it comes from a garden, big farms, and they learned that a lot of the corn in this country, a great deal of it, is not even for people. It's feed corn, and if you tried to eat it, it would not taste good, like the good sweet corn that we eat. We are trying to have more and more small programs, just short and simple, but to teach children a little bit about how life was 100 years ago. Canonsburg represents, really from maybe the early 1800s to early 1900s, and people lived a different way. Sometimes we make our own butter and make biscuits. We have dress-up days where we get the old-fashioned clothing, so if you're interested in the Little House on the Prairie look, you get to dress up. We learned some crafts that people would have done a long time ago, not just for fun. They would have done it out of necessity, some weaving skills, and so we hope to have a lot of other programs in the future that incorporate some of the ways that people who lived during that time would, and those skills that they would need in order just to get through everyday life.
To keep up with what goes on in Murfreesboro, the Murfreesboro Post is our local paper telling the local stories of the people and the heroes and the heroines of Murfreesboro. And we love telling your story, Murfreesboro. Thank you guys for being there. Murfreesboro Parks gave us that story. And wherever you are, there are historic parks all around Middle Tennessee, like Sumner County, the Mansker Station. Don't forget that. And there are historic programs, and there are kids programs all throughout the summer, the fall, and in the springtime, that are affordable for kids to go to. Educational programs that you think, I can't afford to send my kid to summer camp. Well, guess what? There are some things that are very, very affordable, and many things that are free for kids. Educational, fun, learning experiences right here at home, keeping in theme with our Staycation Tennessee. Well, if you want to have a great staycation, there is an overnight visit to the zoo coming up in the fall. It is fantastic. And they just 2 days ago put all the information up at the website, nashvillezoo.org. We've only got a few days left, only on the weekends, starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the time for night visions. January, listen to me, July 17th. Is it Friday? Right over the finish line. All right, let's go to the zoo now. 2 more weeks to experience night visions.
Yes, we love nighttime at the zoo. It is just such a different atmosphere, such a whole different vibe with your friends and family. And we have night visions that started last week, and it will be here till the end of July. And night visions, we describe it as a mind-bending, dreamlike experience. It's kind of your experiencing different light shows paired with unique music and just something like you've never seen before. Most of our animals are in their nighttime quarters and they're sleeping for the evening. However, we do have our flamingos that will be out for the duration of the event, the entire time it's running. And we also have our Unseen New World exhibit, which is home to our reptiles, amphibians, some mammals that will be open about an hour into the time of night visions. We start about 7:15, 7:30, and it ends about 10:30, but it will get even later into July. We'll stay open until about 11:30. We do have adult beverages. We have beverage carts along the path as guests are strolling, checking out all those cool night shows, our night scenes. You can get beer, margarita, and some seltzers and just have a good time. We have our food carts open, available for snacks like pretzels and popcorn, and we do have our dining options available as well. So admission to Night Visions is $19 for kiddos and $23 for teens and adults.
A family membership to the Nashville Zoo, and you can staycation year-round because they are open year-round and all sorts of fun things. I want to go on the day that they have the frozen treats for everybody, including the tigers. We learned from Jim Bartu in an earlier show this week that they freeze turkey broth. They just freeze it in big blocks of ice, and he said those big tigers will just hug it and just gnaw on it all day. It's like a turkey sickle. I love that. Hey, well, we've gone to Murfreesboro. We've gone to Rutherford County. We've been to Davidson County. And we've also been out west where our friends at Farm Credit did Shooting Hunger. But how about going to Wilson County? We are hearing the rumblings. It's been a while. Yesterday, we talked about Opryland and the Opryland Park. It's been quite some time since we've had a theme park in Middle Tennessee, which a lot of people really miss having a theme park, including me. And there is talk of a new theme park called Storyville Gardens and coming to Wilson County 2025 in the spring. What will Storyville Gardens be like? I found this wonderful video that the organization that is creating this beautiful place, it deals with literature and reading and kids and lots of great stories. spring of 2025. It is, keep our fingers crossed, everything works out. Coming to Wilson County, Storyville Gardens, a $300 million investment in our community. They call it edutainment. It is to awaken the joy of reading as you take stories that are famous in different parts of the world. Each little parcel is set up as parts of the world, and it will have stories from that area, and they will get kids awakened to reading. And I think that's so cool. Edutainment. It will bring 2,200 construction jobs as it's being built, and 1,700 jobs once the park is opened. Cumberland Center, 132 acres in Wilson County. So very cool, huh? Well, a lot of people struggle with recovery, whether it is drugs, whether it is king alcohol, whether it is just recovery in general. There's all sorts of things. I said everybody's recovering from something. Sometimes you need a little help, and I have found a very affordable place. Now pay attention. If you cannot afford this place, they work to get you a scholarship. And the main thing is picking up the 500-pound phone if you need help. And that is Adult and Teen Challenge.
Hello, my name is Gene Garcia. I'm the Outreach Director for Adult and Teen Challenge Murfreesboro. Adult and Teen Challenge is an 8-month program with a 4-month mandatory re-entry. At this program, men are going to learn life coping skills through biblical principles. Our main objective of this program is not just to get someone off of drugs, but to teach them a whole new way of life. Through this program, there'll be a work program that'll teach job acquisition support. There will be budget training, and there will also be church services that we'll go to weekly. If you would like to come to this program or got questions about the program, please call me. I can be reached at 615-624-7878. I could be emailed at gene@atctn.org. And our website for more information is atctn.org. Thank you and God bless you.
There are lots of places celebrating the 4th of July in Nashville, but there are some places that are making a ban. And I want you to pay attention to this. There are some places that are going to be postponing 4th of July fireworks festivities because it has been so dry and they don't really have a safe place to have those fireworks. I know that the city of Portland, where we have the Portland Sun, their fire chief, just pay attention and find out if they're going to have their festivities or not. I know that it's up in the air for Wilson County. Fire Chief Jamie Luffman had mentioned if we don't have any rain, we're not going to be able to do the fireworks celebration in Mount Juliet. So let's take a look. And I want you to pay attention to, if you are a private citizen in the mid-state, it has been very dry, and a spark on a dry roof with these heat conditions, everything can go up like a tinderbox. A spark that goes into the woods can literally become a wildfire, and every staff is literally having difficulty handling all the calls that they make. I was on the phone with the Portland Fire Department yesterday, and they got a call while I was on the phone with them, and I wasn't on the phone for 5 minutes. He said, I got to go. Bye. I mean, that's just how dire it is right now. So why don't we all just postpone our own personal fireworks? Nashville is over the river. It's a nice, safe place. And there are a lot of places with viewing parties all over downtown. It is free to go to the downtown experience. And there are rooftops and there are places to go. Nashville Fireworks, and you can experience it. You can also see it on the TV. They're going to be televising some of it. And I thought, just in case you feel like you're missing out, I'll share a little bit of the grand finale of last year's Nashville Fireworks. so much. It is an overload of fireworks. That is for Nashville. But there will also have a lot of special fireworks in some areas that are deemed safe, like the Nashville Sounds. They're in a homestand that ends on Sunday. Make sure if you want the All American Weekend, NashvilleSounds.com to get your tickets. Nashville Sounds is not just a baseball game. It is an experience. The food is fantastic. They have all sorts of things. Even if you don't love baseball, you will love going to the park because there are great restaurants. There are relaxed restaurants. There are games. There's putt-putt. There is literally so much for you to do. Take the whole family. And yes, they still have the cheap seats. That's the thing about All American Fun. You can still get the cheap seats. Hey, y'all, I have not done this in a while, but I found the cutest, adorable video, and I wanted to share you. It is a viral video. We're going to set ourselves up for a weekend with a cute little baby monkey. I've been trying to play the viral monkey all week, and I've had so much going on in the show. Haven't gotten to, but you guys take a look at.
I mean, what are we doing right here? You helping clean my ears? Huh? Oh, check the neighbors? Okay, check the neighbors.
Winston! Winston! Where? He was in an illegal situation, had been poached and smuggled in, and was not doing well. He was ultimately confiscated and brought to us. And at the time, he was the size of a soda can. He was very small. I wasn't sure he was going to make it. He was very malnourished. He was kind of struggling to survive. I pretty much had to hold him, keep him on me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the first 2 months. He required extra nutrition, lots of supplements, IV fluids and hydration, things like that to rehabilitate his health. He lost his mom. He'd been pulled from her in the wild. I think he just needed to know that, stability was there. And it's just like a small child. There was a lot of trust building.
Winston, what are you doing?
But here we are a year later.
Oh, hi, bud.
And he's about to pop in right behind me here. He's doing great.
Come here, Winley.
Winston is thriving. He's happy. He's healthy. He's tall. He's absolutely fantastic. When you raise these babies, they build such a trust and a bond and an attachment. It's just like my kids. They're amazing creatures, and it's such an honor. It's very humbling to work with these guys every day. Every time I think I'm really smart, I know what I'm doing, they remind me every day. I got a lot to learn. I found that pretty much anything that interests them, that they observe, they can repeat it. And I generally don't get to work with babies because we are a sanctuary. We don't breed. It's a rare thing that the babies come up for an opportunity to rescue. And so I built a unique bond, and I don't think it would be fair to Winston in particular to try to transition him or move him on. I had a lifelong passion for working with animals. I mean, since I was a small child, I noticed that there's a lot of primates out there who are becoming displaced, who are abused, abandoned, neglected. So we founded Spark, our nonprofit charity that focuses on giving a forever home to abandoned, abused, and neglected primates. Babies are raised here in the home, but we do have a large sanctuary property in Ohio. I generally just tell people, this is not a pet. This has to be a member of the family. And so unless you're ready to add a member of the family, this is not a choice you need to make. And when they're adults, they need at least a 15 or 20 foot tall enclosure outside. So you have to construct almost another building. You need so much space and time, money. We get complaints from time to time of people who don't understand how we do the care or why we do the care. And people always tend to assume, and they're not wrong, they would be better off in the wild. Well, of course that's the case, right? But once they've been, raised in a situation like this, once they've been in a home, that's not a possibility for them any longer. And it's not the best for them. So the reality is that the best we can do for them once they've been in captivity in any form is to build world-class enclosures, give them the best nutrition, the best veterinary care, and the most freedom that is possible so that they can live a very natural life, so that they can be happy, healthy, and whole for the rest of their 30, 40, even 50 years for some of these guys.
A big thank you to We Love Animals for that video and that incredible organization, Spartan. You just do a quick Google and you can support them and find out what they're doing and subscribe to their channel. Another great organization here close to home is the Gentle Barn, located in California, located in Knoxville, and they have a Nashville location. Gentle Barn helps farm animals. And it's some really great places that you can be a part of and you can donate your time. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Linda, so glad that you're here, checking in from Arkansas. JV, checking in from Florida, I think, maybe in California, I think in Florida. And Michelle Henry, it's always good to have you here. And remember, it's FSS. Remember to follow, subscribe, and share. That always helps what we do here. And tell people about it. Share it on your pages. And we try to do all positive news here and news that can make you feel better and have a better day. Check out where you are this weekend. We are celebrating the birthday of our country, our wonderful country. And even with all of its critics, still the best place on the planet. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And it's home. And Abby Anderson has done a beautiful job of the Star Spangled Banner. And it's got some original parts that she's added to it just for her own feeling about our country. And I just want to wish you the very safest of Independence Days coming up. Have a wonderful long weekend. I hope you get to spend it with family. Hug them close and celebrate the freedom that allows us to be who we are. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. Remember, you are loved. Here's Abby Anderson to close the show.
Preserves us a nation, in God is our trust, and in Him our salvation. So let all free men stand, defend their homes from the world's desolation. Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together, like it's early Sunday summer. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be.